Good morning, everyone. Now we are going to discuss together how to graph sine and cosine function. First of all, sine and cosine function are very similar, but there are like main differences between them. Let's talk about the first part. The main differences, the main key features. Y, let's say here, y equals a, which is here the number or the coefficient of the function itself. A sine. Then here I have b. Inside here I have x minus h. Here this is inside your parentheses, plus or minus k. Okay? Let's say here that the same thing here will happen for cosine. So y equals a cosine b times here x minus h plus k. Pay attention that cosine and sine, this part inside the heart of sine, okay? So pay attention from this. Again, the leader here is the name of the function. So for example, here the leader is sine, right? The leader here is cosine, okay? So pay attention from that things, or those things, sorry. For both, A here represent the amplitude. What's the meaning of amplitude? Means maximum and minimum. Means here maximum and minimum. So here A equals the amplitude. What's the meaning of amplitude? Means maximum and minimum. So see here, maximum and minimum value. Okay? Generally, okay, if we don't have k, or if k here is if k here is 0. Okay, this is the first part. Based on this, I have here b. So b here means period. What's the meaning of period? That means it's the length of the pattern that, the length here of each single pattern. Okay, that means the function is going to repeat itself after this length, usually, and okay, so again and again, it will repeat itself. So period equals 2 pi over b. What is b again? It's the coefficient here inside cosine or sine out of x. This is b. Then the domain for sine and cosine always is all real numbers. And the range here is going to be from negative a to positive a if there is no k. So I'm going to write it here, if k equals 0. But if k is not 0, but if k is not 0, so that means that range will be what? The range here will be negative a plus k, because this is like the vertical translation, and positive a plus k. Okay, positive a plus k. Okay, finally here we have something we call it midline. That means it's like the line in the middle. Simply, this is the mean. Okay, so midline. So simply the equation y equals k. And frequency. Frequency is the reciprocal of period. So that means it's 1 over p, or if you just flip this one, it's going to be b over 2 pi. This is the frequency. And I think now we covered most of the things. Okay, brilliant. All of those here are shared or common between here, between sine and cosine. Now regarding to the graph, let's come back again. How can we create, or how can we graph each single one? We will create a table. You have to find those things first of all, and then after this you are going to create the table. Here those are the x values and those are the y values. Yeah, this is x and this is y. How we are going to create the table like this? 0, then 1 over 4 times the period, whatever you've got in the period, you are going to write it here. 2 over 4 times the period, 3 over 4 times the period, then 4 over 4 times the period. Okay, that means it's the period itself. 3 over 4 times the period, and finally here, 4 over 4 times the period. You can just simplify the fractions if you want, sorry. So here I think this is 0, 1 over 4 times the period, 2 over 4 times the period, 3 over 4 times the period, then here 4 over 4 times the period. As you can see, whatever you've got in the period here, see what is this now? What is this period? Only you are going to write it there. So 2 by over b. 2 by over b. Then simplify direct after you finalize your answer. Just to write it in a simple way, 2 by over b. As you can see here, sine and cosine, they are sharing the same part here, same way to create the table. 2 by over b. Again here, 2 by over b. And here also 2 by over b. Yes, now x values are same, exactly same. And this happened why? From the unit circle itself, right? From the unit circle itself. So here I have the coordinate, if you still remember 1 and 0, is 0, 1, right? After this I have negative 1 and 0, in case you forgot, negative 0 and 1. And here this is what? 0 and negative 1. For 0, if you just pay attention here, for 0, I mean angle 0, angle here, y equals what for sine? Y equals 0. So that's why here 0, sine will start with 0. For any reason you forgot, just remind yourself with the unit circle. So because the first value here, sine 0 equals 0, so that means we are going to start here with x-intercept in our graph. After this, I have 1, so which is here a maximum, right? After this, I have 0 again, which is x-intercept, right? After this, I have negative a, which is here minimum. Then I have 0 again, as you can see. Like this one. This is 1, right? Which is maximum for cosine. Set x for cosine. So as you can see here, we are going to write here, it's a, which is maximum value. After this, I have 0. Oh, so this is 0, which means x-intercept, right? Then after this, I have negative a, which is minimum, right? Here I have 0, which is x-intercept again. Then here I have a, which is maximum again. Clear? Clear. Okay. Okay. So now after that, what do I have? We are going to graph simply. So we are going to graph. How we are going to graph based on the value that we are going to end up here in the x values. This is how we are going to divide our x-axis, and the same story will happen here for cosine. Okay, and whatever we have here, first of all, your midline here, if k here is 0, so it's going to be something like this. This is normally, and this is here a, and here this is negative a. How is the value? Whatever you've got here, so this is 0. Then after this is pi over 2b, if you simplify, pi over 2b. Then here I have pi over b. Then after this, I have 3 pi over 2b. Then finally, I have 2 pi over b. Okay? I think now everything is good. Yes. So this is here a, so, and this is sine. So this is not like this. If you have, this is the first point, a 0, 0, 2 pi over 2 and a, right? Then pi over b and 0, 0. Okay, then 3 pi over 2 and negative a. Then here I have this is 0. If you just connect those 2 points, so this is the shape of one pattern. If we are going to talk about cosine, so here this is a, and this is negative a, right? The same points here, whatever you've got up, I have here the first one 0. After this, I have pi over 2b, pi over 2b. After this, I have pi over b. After this, I have 3 pi over 2 b, sorry, I forgot this one. Then I have here 2 pi over b. Whatever you've got after you simplify, it's going to be very easy when you just simplify. Then I have here maximum, then 0 here. Then I have negative pi over 2 and negative a, 0. Then again, I have here positive a. So if you just connect the points, it's going to be something like this. This is the shape of cosine. Okay. Let's have like some examples. I think everything will be clear when you just solve it. Let's have some examples, something like that. Let's say that, for example, I want to get this one, this equation. Y equals, let's say here, 3 sine 1 over 2 x. First of all, where is A? A here is the friend of the function. Where is B? B here is the friend of x. Okay, so we are going to write here the main characteristics for this one. The main characteristics. Okay, first of all, the amplitude equals what? Amplitude equals 3. Do I have here k? No. So that means the midline here. Sorry. Midline. Y equals k, which is here 0. Right? Right. B equals half, which is here the value of, or the coefficient of x itself. B equals half. So the period equals 2 pi over half, right? Now, how can I simplify that one? Keep, change, flip. So it will be here 2 pi times 2 over 1. Sorry. So it's going to be 4 pi. Simple. So this is my period. So period here equals 4 pi. Keep this in your mind, please. It's very important. And amplitude here also equals 3. Domain, all real numbers. Range equals what? From -3 till +3. This is my midline. And the frequency, sorry, this is the range. And frequency here equals 1 over 4. This is the frequency. Now we finished everything. We are going now just to create the table. Let's create the table together. This is here x and y. 0, as we said before, then 1 over 4 times the period, whatever we've got here, which is here 4 pi, 2 over 4 times the period, 3 over 4 times the period, then finally here 4 over 4 times the period. Okay, what's the period here? I have here 4 pi. 4 pi. Okay, here also 4 pi. Here also 4 pi. Right. 4 divided by 4, so it's going to be pi. 2 pi. 3 pi. Then finally here 4 pi. Okay. This is what? This is sine. Excellent. So keep this in your mind. Sine, if you still remember, starts here with what? 1, 0. So here, this is sine. This is the starting point. So this is x-intercept. This is here x-intercept. After that, I have maximum, which is here 3a. Then 0 again. Then -3, which is minimum. Excellent. Then here I have 0, which is again x-intercept. Okay, so here this is x-intercept, and here this is the maximum. If I want to write down the coordinates, so this is 0, 0. I'm going to take x and y. Here this is pi and 3. Okay, this is 2 pi and 0. This is 3 pi and -3. This is 4 pi and 0. Okay? Okay, let's create here our axis. Whatever we've got in our x-axis here, we are going to write it down as it is, or as they are, sorry. So here I have 0 pi, 2 pi, right? 3 pi, 4 pi. Then here, this is, let's say, this is 3 and this is -3. Let's graph it together. 0, 0. Then I have here pi and 3, 0, -3, and 0. If you want to extend it, you can. So this is here is going to be 5 pi and so on. If you want to extend it from the left side, this is negative pi, but we are just graphing here like the main one, which is here. As you can see, this is the graph. If you want to continue simply, you are going to go up again, then down. Here you are going to go down if you are going to continue the graph. I think now everything is clear. Let me move on and have another example. Yes. Let's say that I have this one. Y equals negative 1 over 5 cosine 1 over 4x. Let me erase now the negative part, then after this I'm gonna add it. Okay, the same thing. This is cosine, so this is the leader now. Okay, this is cosine. So what's the amplitude? It's fifth. So A here equals 1 over 5. B equals 1 over 4. Based on this, what's the period? Equals 2 pi, already memorized, over B. What is B here? It's 1 over 4. Keep it, change, flip, so it's going to be 2 pi times 4 over 1, which is here 8 pi. So this is the period now. Okay? After this, what do I have after the period? We have to find the domain. Domain is all real numbers, and range here, no midline, so the range will stay same. So here it's going to be from negative fifth to positive fifth. All right? And the midline, y equals k, which is here 0. Then after this, what do I have to find? Frequency. So frequency equals 1 over 8 pi. Clear? Okay, now let's create the table together. As you've done this before, the same story here. Yes, so see here, what do I have? X and Y. Here I have 0, 1 over 4 times the period, whatever we've got, so I'm gonna write it down. 2 over 4 times the period, 3 over 4 times the period, 4 over 4 times the period. So what is my period here? It's 4 pi, sorry, it's 8. I'm so sorry. Okay, so here it's 8 pi, 8 pi, 8 here pi, 8 pi. Okay, finalize your answer. 8 divided by 4, so which is 2 pi, 4 pi, 8, sorry, it's 6 pi, 8 pi. This is cosine. Cosine starts with maximum exponent. What is maximum here? It's 1 over 5, which is here maximum. Right after this, we had 0, which is x-intercept. After this, we had negative 1 over 5, which is minimum. After this, I have 0, which is x-intercept. After this, I have 1 over 5, which is maximum. Right? What is the coordinate here? 0 and 5th. Here, 2 pi and 0. Right? 4 pi and negative 5th. 6 pi and 0. 8 pi and 5th. How we are going to create the table? Like this way. Sorry, I just want to move a little bit down because I need the space. Whatever we've got in our table, we are going to write it down, or we are going to divide our x-axis into it. So here I have, this is 0, this is 2 pi, 4 pi, keep the same distances, 6 pi, 8 pi, 10 pi, and so on. To the left here, I have negative 2 pi, and so on. Okay, this is maximum, which is here 1 over 5, and minimum, which is here negative 1 over 5. Okay, so see maximum here, this one, 0, negative 5th, right? Then again the same thing. This is the pattern, right? Sorry, I have here, this is 0 first. I'm going to just add here, this one 0, okay? And this one will be up here a little bit, okay? So just connect the points. This is the pattern. If you want to continue, so this one's supposed to go here. So you are going to come back like this and so on, okay? This one here will be up, right? After this, I will have 0 and so on. If you want to continue there, also you are going to go down here. But this is an extra part. I think now everything is clear. Now let's add like some transformations. Let's add here some transformations. Something like y equals, let's say 2 sine, let's say here 1 over 2 x minus pi over 2. Okay, plus let's say 3. So if I ask you what is the amplitude, here is 2. Amplitude is 2, right? Period, it's the coefficient. To pay attention, always the coefficient of x supposed to be 1. That means you can just take it out, even if you can't. So P here equals 2 pi over half, which is basically, as we explained before, 4 pi. This is P. Okay, after this, what do I have? Domain. Domain here, all real numbers. Range, we said here we have K. So this is K, right? And here this is H, right? So based on this, in case we have K, K is not 0. So 3 minus, or let me just write it exactly using the same formula. It's negative 2 plus 3 and positive 2 plus 3. So it's going to be what? 1 and 5. Excellent. This is my range. Okay? Fine. Frequency. Frequency here equals 1 over 4 pi. Right. After that, what do I have after frequency? I have to find phase shift. What is phase shift? It's the horizontal translation. As you can see, it's what? Pi over 2 to the right. Excellent, because there's already negative sign. If you want just to move on, do I have a vertical shift? Yes, we have vertical shift, which is here what? 3 units up, right? And after this, what is the midline? Sorry, midline y equals 3. Clear? Let's come back. How we are going to create our table, and pay attention from this step. We are going to create the first step as it is. But pay attention, we are going to graph, or we are going to create the table only for this part, like the normal part that always you are finding for it, this one. That means here we have extra h, and we have here extra k, okay? So let's say here, what do I have? Again, the same story. This is x and y. Then here I have 0, 1 over 4 times the period, which is here 4 pi. 2 over 4 times the period, which is here again 4 pi. 3 over 4 times the period, which is again 4 pi. 4 over 4 times the period, which is here 4 pi again. Yes, let's finalize the answer. 4 over 4, which is pi. 2 pi. 3 pi. 4 pi. This is sine. So sine again starts with 0. Excellent. So 0, which is here x-intercept. A, which is 2. 0 again, which is x-intercept. Negative 2, which is minimum. Then again, here I have 0. All of this for 2 sine half x. Now, what do I have? We have translation. After this, that means we have new x. That means we are going to translate each single unit, each single x to the right. How many steps? Pi over 2. So as it's to the right, so we are going to say here all the x plus pi over 2. Simple. Okay? Do I have here new k? Yes, or new y, sorry. Yes, because we are going to translate each single previous y, we are going to translate it 3 units up. For example, if it was 2, so 2 plus 3 equals 5, and so on. So that means here I have a new y. New y equals what? Old y plus 3 units, which is here 3 units up. And here this is right. Okay, now we are going to just write down here. What do I have? So old x 0 by 2 by, am I right? 3 by 4 by. Okay? Plus for all, plus what? Pi over 2. Plus pi over 2. Plus pi over 2. Okay? If you add here, it's going to be pi over 2. This is the new one. This is 3 pi over 2. 5 pi over 2. Do you know what happened here? We are just trying here to make same denominator. So I multiplied here by up to up and down. So it's 5 pi over 2. The same 3 times 2 is 6. Yeah, 7 pi over 2. Here for 8, that means it's 9 pi over 2. What is the new y? Old y. So 0, 2, 0, negative 2, and 0. Then we are going to add for each single one, 3, 3, 3. Okay? Yes, so as you can see here, this is going to be 3, which is the x-intercept. This one will be 5, 3, positive 1, which is the minimum, again 3. This is simply regarding to the graph, regarding to the table, regarding to the graph. What should I do? First of all, this is my axis. We're going to divide it based on our old unit. So if you want to divide it by halves, it's fine because I have here halves. Or if you want to divide it by 1, 1, it's fine. The same thing, but keep the distances same. So here I'm gonna just take it as by 2 by because I think this suits my case. 3 by 4 by 5 by and so on. To the left we have the same thing, negative by. Here I have, let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, my midline for the first one, it was 0, 0. So I have here the same thing, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and so on. The graph was what? This is for sine, so sine start with 0, right? So it was 0, 0, pi and 2, and so on. So 0, 0, pi and 2, 2 pi and 0, 3 pi and negative 2, 4 pi and 0, and so on. So if you just connect the points, it's going to be something like this. Okay, it's going to be something like this. And here the same thing is. Okay, this is the old one or the original one, right? We said here we are going to translate each single point to the right by over 2. So that means like this till this point. So this, the old one will be here. Okay, let me just add here. For the old one, this was the equation 2 sine half x. This is the old one. Okay, now we are going to translate this one. This is the old one, right? And this is the old one, right? So it's going to be approximate here in the middle. This is the old one will be here, right? Then this is the old one will be here based on the points. But again, this one to the, so see here what happened. This is translating down, right? This one also will be like, okay, this is translating by over 2 units, right? To the right. But actually, this is only not the only one change. I have another change also. So here, this one, again, we are going to translate it up 3 units. So, okay, let's translate it up 3 units. So this is the first point. So 1, 2, 3. So this is the graph. Again, the same thing. 1, 2, 3. The same graph, 1, 2, 3. The same thing, or you can take it from the table directly if you want. So this one will be here. Again, this one will be here. Okay, so it's gonna be. So this is actually my new graph, the brown one. This is my midline now, y equals 3. How is the graph? How is the graph now? Connect the graph. Very simple and very nice. So now we translated by over 2 units to the right? It was there. And up 3 units. Amazing, actually. I found it amazing. So try the same thing we applied here on sine. It's applicable also for cosine, and also again, or honestly for all the trigonometric functions. But let's talk about sine and cosine in the beginning only. I think now it's enough for you to practice. You can practice more. If you have any question, leave it in the comments. Thank you very much.